going on, guys? It's Cimo. Now, if you want to play one of the most consistent decks ever created in this game's history, a deck that can turn one card into 4 and sometimes more, well, let me introduce you to ZODIAC. ZODIAC are an archetype comprised of level 4 Earth Beast Warrior type monsters. The strength of this deck lies in its ability to generate massive advantage through single card combos, as well as its flexibility to act as one of the most splashable engines ever created. One unique aspect ZODIACs possess is their particular way of Xyz summoning. While a standard Xyz summon consists of 2 or more monsters of equal level, ZODIAC Xyz monsters can be Xyz summoned once per turn, needing only one ZODIAC monster of a different name. Just like a normal Xyz summon, this is still an inherent special summon, and since you can also overlay ZODIAC Xyz monsters on top of one another in this manner, any Xyz material will remain. This mechanic helps enable the archetype's immense power, consistency, and recovery. Let's start with the monster lineup. Most ZODIAC monsters boast a powerful effect as well as a secondary ability that they bestow to a Beast Warrior type Xyz monster while being used as Xyz material. ZODIAC RATPIER is the heart and soul of the archetype. Its stat line is much to be desired, but its effects more than make up for it. Upon normal summon, you can send one ZODIAC card from your deck to the graveyard. Mostly this effect is used to send ZODIAC combo to the graveyard and enable its Jar of Avarice-like banish effect in later turns, but you can also essentially tutor for any ZODIAC monster in the graveyard to be cycled back underneath a ZODIAC Xyz monster you have on the field utilizing ZODIAC Tiger Mortar. However, the true strength in RATPIER lies in its ability as Xyz material, granting the Xyz monster the ability to special summon another copy of ZODIAC RATPIER from either the hand or the deck at the cost of detaching Xyz material. At its most basic, one normal summon can translate into 2 powerful Xyz monsters, and with 12 cards in the main deck to get us to RATPIER, it's a core part of the deck's aggression, consistency, and recovery. Continuing with the monster lineup, ZODIAC WHIPTAR has a quick effect where it can attach itself to a Beast Warrior type Xyz monster as Xyz material from either the hand or field. While it's attached, any monster that the attached Xyz monster battles is banished after damage calculation. Since WHIPTAR is a quick effect, this can make for some nasty tricks in the battle phase. ZODIAC Thoroughblade has a nice looting effect when normal or special summoned, allowing you to discard unneeded ZODIAC cards and draw deeper into your deck. The 1600 attack is decent, and while attached as Xyz material, it bestows the attached Xyz monster with piercing. ZODIAC Rabina is also a potential one of worth mentioning, for when it's destroyed, it can add a ZODIAC card from grave to hand, and while attached as Xyz material, as a quick effect, if a spell card were to target the attached Xyz monster, you can detach one Xyz material to negate the activation. This can be useful for fending off cards like Book of Moon or Forbidden Chalice, and it's important to note that it's not a once per turn effect. While it's not part of the main archetype, Speedroid Terratop is essential, as it grants us a free rank 3 Xyz monster, enabling plays like MX Saber Invoker to get to RATPIER, Break Sword to deal with our opponent's problem cards, and Totem Bird for defensive options. Moving on to the Xyz monsters. We've already discussed how once per turn ZODIAC Xyz monsters can be Xyz summoned by using only one ZODIAC monster with a different name. Another unique aspect to these monsters is that their attack and defense values are equal to the combined values of all ZODIAC monsters used as Xyz materials. Since all the ZODIAC Xyz monsters have question mark for their attack and defense values, overlaying one ZODIAC Xyz over another will not increase these values since question mark is treated as 0. This means we need to rely on monsters like WHIPTAR and Thoroughblade to boost the power of the ZODIAC Xyz. While this can be a drawback and sometimes leaves the ZODIAC Xyz exposed to being destroyed in battle, it can also be a huge benefit, sometimes forcing your opponent to have to deal with a 2800 or even 4000 attack monster with piercing and banishing capabilities. ZODIAC BROADBULL is what we're going to call the starter Xyz. Its effect never comes up since it demands 12 Xyz materials, but it's useful because it allows us to get multiple Xyz materials underneath the ZODIAC Xyz monsters that have more practical effects. We alluded to ZODIAC Tiger Mortar earlier, who has a unique effect to attach a ZODIAC monster in the graveyard to an Xyz monster on the field as Xyz material. This can enable more shenanigans with RATPIER or get you to a WHIPTAR or Thoroughblade if needed from the graveyard. ZODIAC BROADBULL is one of the best ZODIAC Xyz monsters, as it allows the addition of a Beast Warrior monster from deck to hand, namely the entire archetype. but it also, because it only requires 2 level 4 monsters to Xyz summon, this makes BROADBULL an easy enabler to summon for other decks that want to splash in the ZODIAC engine, and carry on with the other crazy ZODIAC combos. Rounding out the ZODIAC Xyz is ZODIAC Drident. Arguably the best ZODIAC Xyz, Drident is loaded with a quick effect to target and destroy one face-up card on the field, giving it amazing potential for disruption. In addition to the ZODIAC Xyz pool, the extra deck can run multiple copies of DAIGUSTO EMERAL. Recycling resources is key to longevity, and ensuring you have copies of RATPIER in the deck to continue combos is vital. Brotherhood of the Fire Fist Tiger King is a natural addition, being a beast warrior and synergizing with the rest of the archetype, and Gagaga Samurai is important for enabling OTKs with the potential to deal 3,800 direct damage on its own. The spell lineup is relatively simple, focusing on consistency and ensuring our combos resolve without a hitch. ZODIAC Barrage is an incredibly powerful spell card that enables you to special summon any ZODIAC monster from the deck by destroying another face-up card on the field, including itself. This means that we can perform some of our powerful combos without needing to commit to a normal summon. Barrage also has a secondary effect that allows it to attach itself as an Xyz material on a face-up Xyz monster when it's destroyed, even by its own effect. We're maxing out on Barrage as well as Fire Formation Tenki, seeing how the entire archetype is comprised of Beast Warriors. Twin Twister, or your spell or trap removal of choice, is also important since the deck is severely weak to cards like Solemn Strike and Solemn Warning. Board wipes like Dark Hole and Rugeki are also important, seeing as how the monsters in the deck are relatively weak compared to other archetypes, and since the deck can OTK with just 2 cards, a board wipe can be all you need to easily win a game on turn 2. Rounding off with the traps, ZODIAC Combo is a nice one-of that, when activated, attaches a ZODIAC monster from the deck to a face-up ZODIAC Xyz monster. This can be useful for getting another pop out of Drident, getting another search off of BROADBULL, or surprising your opponent with a WHIPTAR from the deck if you don't have one in hand. It also has a Jar of Avarice-like graveyard effect when banished from the graveyard, aiding in the deck's ability to recycle and keep applying pressure on your opponent. A playset of Dimensional Barriers, since it's probably the best trap card currently in the game, and finally the Solemn Brigade to wrap things up to stop any of our opponent's plays. Moving on to the combos. The first combo only requires a single copy of ZODIAC RATPIER. Start by normal summoning ZODIAC RATPIER and sending ZODIAC Combo to the graveyard through RATPIER's effect. Next, overlay ZODIAC BORBO and then immediately overlay into ZODIAC Tiger Mortar. Using Tiger Mortar's effect obtained through RATPIER, special summon another copy of RATPIER from the deck. Now overlay for ZODIAC BROADBULL and repeat the process. Be sure to leave RATPIER's Xyz material to ensure that you can summon both copies of RATPIER from the deck. Next, you will use BROADBULL's actual effect to add ZODIAC WHIPTAR from deck to hand. Now you can overlay ZODIAC Drident on top of ZODIAC BROADBULL and overlay both RATPIERs into DAIGUSTO EMERAL. Use DAIGUSTO EMERAL's effect to return 2 copies of ZODIAC RATPIER and a ZODIAC Xyz of your choice back into the deck and draw 1 card. As you can see, 1 copy of RATPIER managed to generate a +3 in card advantage and start you with a significantly strong board on turn 1. The next combo is an OTK combo requiring just 2 cards, ZODIAC RATPIER and ZODIAC Barrage. Start by normal summoning ZODIAC RATPIER and send ZODIAC Thoroughblade to the graveyard through RATPIER's effect. Now overlay into ZODIAC BORBO. From here, activate ZODIAC Barrage and use its effect to destroy itself, and special summon ZODIAC WHIPTAR from the deck. Now trigger Barrage's effect from the graveyard and attach itself as Xyz material to ZODIAC BORBO. Use Borbo's effect to special summon another RATPIER, then overlay to ZODIAC Drident and do the same. Now overlay for ZODIAC BROADBULL and add another copy of ZODIAC WHIPTAR from deck to hand using BROADBULL's effect. From here, overlay for ZODIAC Tiger Mortar and use its effect to attach ZODIAC Thoroughblade from the graveyard to the Tiger Mortar. Then overlay the 2 copies of RATPIER for Gagaga Samurai. Use the effect of Gagaga Samurai, then enter the battle phase. Attack with both the WHIPTAR and the Samurai, and then use the effect of both WHIPTARs from hand and field to attach them to ZODIAC Tiger Mortar. After attacking with ZODIAC Tiger Mortar, this 2-card combo will have dealt a total of 9,000 damage to your opponent. I really hope you guys enjoyed this introduction to ZODIAC. If you did, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel for more amazing Yu-Gi-Oh content, and also be sure to back me on Patreon, because just by pledging $1 a month, you're investing in my ability to continue bringing you amazing Yu-Gi-Oh content. So thank you so much again. We'll see you next time.